In the last 24 hours, the price of Bitcoin has slipped below $69,000, totaling a 6% drop with all coins moving as much as 10% downwards. In today's video, we're going to dive into the recent short time frame price action as well as discussing its macro implications. With the increased volatility and anticipation leading up to the Bitcoin halving event, I'm going to talk about the key levels to look out for in terms of a price continuation both upwards and downwards. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jess, and as the channel name suggests, it's all about crypto, trading, and technical analysis. So if you're all about that or you'd love to learn, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Alrighty guys, so diving right into the charts here, we're on a 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. The first thing I'd like to point out is the main relevant range that we're traveling within. So that range, we entered it on the 28th of February. So we've been traveling in it for about maybe 2 months now. And the bottom of that range is at $60,000. And the top of that, as you guys can probably guess, is the most recent all-time high. So on the 14th of March, we hit 73,800, and that is the top of the range. So ever since we hit those two price points, we have been traveling sideways within this range in a very slight uptrend here. We can see 3 points where we've created higher lows and testing these 4 relevant levels within that range. So those 4 relevant levels, they start with that main base of support here at the very bottom from $60,000 to $60,850. That's this green box. The next range of support that we have within the range is $65,300 to $65,870, and then we have our current level of support here. So this range of support is from $68,300 to $69,000. Obviously, you guys remember 69 is that like last all-time high that we had in the prior bull run. 69 was the high that we hit, and then 73,300 to 73,800 is that next level of resistance. So that's the level of resistance created by that most recent high that we've had on that 14th of March. So within these 4 levels, we have technically created 3 other ranges, or 3 ranges that divide up this massive area of price action, right? So we have a neutral range. So that is between this level of support at $65,300 and $69,000, that all-time high level. We have a bullish range. So that is above $69,000, above that prior all-time high and to this most recent all-time high level. And then we have our bearish range. So we'll do BR for bearish. And that is anything below $65,800, but specifically above $60,000. Anything above that, that would be, anything below that, sorry, would be macro continuation downwards. And anything above 73,800 becomes price discovery. So we have these 3, but technically 5 key things that we're looking at for these key levels or these key ranges where the price action is going to be moving within. So if we take a look at the most recent price action, we can see that these 3 higher lows and these 2 lower highs over here formed a bullish pennant. And we just, on I think Monday, had a breakout of that bullish pennant. So that breakout took us from this neutral range here on the price action and into the bullish range over here. However, before we were able to test the top of that resistance range at 73,800 or even 73,300, we had a rejection and a show of some bullish exhaustion, and the price moved back down to this base of support here at 69,000. So I think a lot of that was due to the economic data that's coming out. So today's the 10th of April, and we have economic data coming out tonight at around 10:30, or I think it's 11:30, one of those two. And last month's inflation data came out pretty bearish, so it was incrementally higher than we expected, and so the market was caught off guard from that news, and the market dipped a fair bit. So I think this is a lot of preemptive sell-offs. We also had massive ETFs outflows yesterday as well on Tuesday, so all of that, both of those things are going to be suppressing the price downwards. Okay, so the context is important here because we haven't tested that level of resistance. So if the price had gone up, we broke out of the pennant, we touched 73,300 or 73,800, anywhere within that range, and then we rejected, that scenario would be significantly more bearish than what we're seeing right here. So what we're seeing right here is just contextual or a reflection of the contextual information that we've gotten. So the economic data coming out, obviously we can't predict what the data is going to be. So people are going to take precautions, trading volume is going to drop, the price is going to go either sideways or downwards. That's just what happens leading up to economic events. But if we had moved to this level of resistance and rejected, that would be 1, a double top. So we would have formed on this high time frame chart a double rejection from this level here at 73,800, and that is a very bearish formation. So that suggests that this level of resistance is so strong that we are likely to experience a huge continuation downwards and not likely to test that level of resistance anytime soon. But that's not what we saw. Didn't get a double top. It would also suggest that, again, you know, this bounce at $69,000, if we bounce, would result in another rejection. But again, that is not what we saw. So this move here, this 6% drop from 72,700 represents, let's talk about what it doesn't represent. It doesn't represent that we're going to have a rejection from this level of resistance and move any further downwards, right? As opposed to what the double top would be suggesting. If we take a look at our 1 hour time frame, we can get a better view of that downtrend or that rejection here. So we can see that the main downtrend looks something like this. We've got 2 points of validation, or maybe more, to be honest. That looks really confusing, but I guess maybe 3 points of validation. 1, 2, 3. Regardless, it's a downtrend. Until we break out of that downtrend, we can't confirm a move back up to test these levels over here. So upon that break of the downtrend, the very first level we'll move to test is the local high. So that's at 72,700, the top of that rejection, and then move to the macro level of resistance at 73,800. We can see on the RSI as well, we are seeing a shift in momentum. So this momentum shift that took us into the bearish exhaustion, this move down here, has actually been broken out of. So we broke out that downtrend. We can see from this breakout that the buyers are stepping in and trying to regain control of the price and push it back upwards. Even if we take a look at the candle patterns, we can see that after this little bit of I guess sell side liquidity, this move down here, we have been able to push the price back above $69,000, and it is really trying to hold as a base of support. We can see those candles, despite the big wicks, we are closing above 69. So we can see lots of evidence that the buyers are trying to take control of the market. If they don't, and we don't break out of this downtrend, what will happen is we move out of this level of support, and the next level to test will be that sell side liquidity. So that is a key level here. If we lose the sell side liquidity level, it means the buy volume has exhausted completely, and that is the trigger for a continuation downwards. So in that moment, in that move, if we continue downwards, the very first level we go to test is this local support here at $67,000. We can see the 3 points of validation as a base of support, and that will be where the price will move to. Beyond that, we have the base of that neutral territory. So that is at 65,800 down here. Even if that happens and we drop below 67 and we go to this base here at 65,800, things are still looking bullish on the macro charts, because if we zoom back out into the 4 hour time frame, we can see that that range here at 65,300, is our confluence level for our high time frame uptrend. So all we'd be doing is forming a fourth validation point. So if we get this move from here to this base here, all we'll be doing is forming a fourth validation point and our fourth higher low. So while we're in that uptrend, the macro charts still look great. The macro price action is uptrending, and while we travel within that uptrend, even if we go up and down 100 times, while we're within that uptrend, we move closer and closer into that bullish territory and closer to that breakout of 73,800. Alrighty guys, that is the end of the analysis for today. If you guys enjoyed the video or you learned something, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more of my content, I do have a free Telegram channel where you guys can get daily Bitcoin updates as well as crypto and economic news. If you're interested in my VIP channel, you can check out more details over here. VIP gives you exclusive access to my personal trade setups in real time, including entry points, stop losses and targets, as well as trade justifications and a risk management and trading journal. If you are a trader, you should sign up down below to BitGet and BingX, where you guys can get 15% off your fees. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a really great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.